Maybe advisor. Uh, Thank you. Really appreciate it. I see Professor Jean Hammond, one of our earliest advisors. Thank you so much for being with us. I would like to welcome the leadership team. Dr. Bista, thank you for so much for leading the brand new initiative, the Star Academic Press. It's huge. Thank you so much for your vision and leadership. Dr. Sharma, thank you for Certified Star Program. You have been the leader and visionary there and touched many lives. Dr. Udeen, thank you for being the steward of open access. Mr. Gewali is here, who architects the technological power to make everything happen for us. I see Dr. Wright, Dr. Perry, and everybody in the global leadership team. I see you, and I celebrate each of the country directors who joins us here today. Country directors and members of this pioneering team, you are the architects of grand vision. Your role extends beyond governance. It is about inspiring, connecting, and leading with a resolve that knows no borders. Our shared mission is to eliminate the path of knowledge across nations, celebrating every collaboration, every scholar, and every community we uplift as a testament to our collective endeavor. We're shaping the future, empowering these scholars to become beacons of hope and inspiration, lighting up the path for others, and dispelling the shadows of inequality. This initiative is more than a project. It is a movement powered by our courage, your courage, insight, unwavering dedication. The responsibility may be immense, but the impact of your work, the impact of your passion and effort will be profound and far-reaching. And we stand in awe of your capabilities. Commitment to the belief that together we will enact transformative change, lighting the way for scholars around the globe, and crafting a future where education transcends borders and potential is unlimited and is not defined by the circumstances of the birth, defined by the zip code. I want to quote Dr. Prime, one of our star advisors who had agreed to be in the meeting. I'm not sure whether she is, but I want to acknowledge that. And as Dr. Cruz prepares to introduce her exceptional team, let this moment be a charge to all of us to move forward with conviction, knowing that the work we undertake today will resonate through the triumphs of tomorrow. Thank you very much, Dr. Cruz.
Hi, thank you, Dr. Gali. It's good to see so many familiar faces. My name is Dr. Natalie Cruz. I am an Associate Director of Global Strategy and Initiatives at Emory University in the US. And I had the distinct privilege of being the inaugural Director of Cross-Border Initiatives at the Star Scholars Network for almost 3 years. And it was one of the highlights of my professional career and has really impacted me and improved my work in numerous ways. And through the network and engagements, I've gotten to meet, even had the opportunity to meet many of our country directors in person around the world. So I don't want to take up too much space here. And I'm kind of here as a, passing the torch and to the next generation. It was definitely a difficult decision to step away. There's a lot of things that periods of time where things have to wrap up and make space for other things. And me stepping away does not convey any sort of lack of enthusiasm for the work of the country directors and the work of the network. So I plan to still be involved in different ways. And I'm very confident in the leadership that is continuing to follow. There's been, dozens of country directors that have come on board. We have some of our country director from Mexico and Turkey who have started within the last 6 months, who have already had conferences and events and webinars. I'm really connecting people in their local context and also connecting transnationally. We have a dedicated group of people. Everyone is volunteering their time and their energy, and they're really passionate about making a difference globally and locally. And so I am very confident with the future. So I have not had the privilege to meet Dr. Dave Pelham yet, but I've heard wonderful things about you, and your experience speaks for itself. So I am confident that you have a great team to work with, and that you all accomplish great things together. Dr. Nela Navarro, I am thrilled that she is continuing to stay engaged with the Star Scholars Network through becoming a new director of cross-border initiative. She's been the right-hand person to Sam and the work that he's done with the Star Certified training. And I had the distinct privilege to work with her as I also went through the training. And she is a compassionate, ethical, engaged leader that is going to take this to new heights. And Ateeb Parray as well. Through his engagement over the last 6 months, he will continue to be a leader. He was a former country director of Bangladesh and now is part of the central leadership team. And you all heard the lovely Merab Musfiq through all the, she already has caught on so quickly and is becoming a fabulous leader, really showing what Star Scholars Network is made of, and the passion and the expertise that she brings. So I cannot be more excited for the team that is continuing on, and I look forward to being involved in different ways. And thank you all for your mentorship and guidance and collaboration over the last few years, and it doesn't end today. I will stop there. Thank you for the opportunity to pass the torch.
Thank you, Dr. Natalie. It is so good to see you. I was really honored that I had an opportunity to work with you, and I learned a lot in a short time frame that we worked together. You are such a great leader, and you really care for your people, and that speaks volumes. So thank you for your leadership. I am here to give the baton to Dr. David Pelham. If you want to take a few minutes to introduce yourself, that would be great. And then we'll move to Nela.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Dr. Dave.
Thank you so much for allowing me a few moments here. I want to first honor the work that Dr. Cruz and all of the folks with cross-border initiatives have been doing and continue to do. And I'm humbled by the opportunity to work with you. I have a long, a long background in higher education. I started out as a professor, moved into administration. I was in administration for about 20 years, 10 of which were as a president. I was a president in California, 2 community colleges where Dr. Blow and I crossed paths once or twice, I think. And it's good to see you, Ed. And I then left California and went to the United Arab Emirates, where I was a president or college director for 2 colleges in the Middle East. After that experience, the last 10 years or so, I've worked with 2 different NGOs or nonprofits, as we call them here in the States. One was the National Student Clearinghouse, which worked with colleges to develop the ability to exchange student information and student records electronically, and then also had a research component of the organization that really looked at national trends in the USA in higher education and enrollment and retention, those kinds of issues. And then I've worked for about the last 6 years as a coach for an organization called Achieving the Dream. And I just started reading the book that has, I think, recently come out, Transforming Lives. And one of the case studies was on a project here with our tribal colleges. Six colleges were working on holistic student supports to be able to increase their success rate with their students. and I actually coach one of those colleges. So there are a lot of connections that I wasn't even aware of that over the years have had with Star Scholars. So as I say, it is my great honor. I am very new to this, so I do not for a moment suggest that I have a lot of direction to give anybody or provide anybody at this point, but I do promise that I will get up and running and as knowledgeable as I possibly can as quickly as I possibly can. So again, I'm honored by this opportunity. I thank my colleague and friend, Dr. Ghali, who I've known for a decade or so, I think, for reaching out to me and providing this opportunity. So thank you, and I look forward to our work together.
Thank you, Dr. Dave. I appreciate it. And we are looking forward to work with you under your leadership and see what vision you have for us for this year and moving forward as well. Next, I am going to give it to Nela. She is our one of our directors of cross-border initiatives team, and I'm gonna give it to her. And then Ateeb is here. He has joined us as well, and he's another director. So after Nela, we will move on to Ateeb. So Nela, the floor is all yours. Go ahead. And welcome.
Yes. Thank you, everybody. Apologies. I'm still battling a cold that I think everybody in this virtual room and out beyond has experienced in this time. So forgive the hoarse voice. I was hoping that my usual voice would be I could feature today on this really auspicious day. I'm really deeply grateful and honored and just overjoyed to be here. I want to first start by thanking our leadership, in particular, Uttam and Krishna, of course, for their consistent and supportive and visionary leadership. I am especially want to thank really special and heartfelt thanks to Sam Sharma. Without him, I wouldn't be part of this extraordinary group. I knew about you guys, but he was generous in his invitation to invite me behind the scenes and watch the Sam Sharma magic. And I'm glad that part of today's work was an invitation to spread the word of his extraordinary training program. That I was fortunate enough to be part of that team that was led by Sam. So thanks, Sam. Thanks to you. I'm here. And a special thanks to, of course, Natalie for speaking to me and talking to me about her work. I had always behind the scenes also seen the amazing work of cross-country directors. And Merab, it's really joyful for me to remember knowing that you were part of that training and to see you here. I think it's an embodiment of all the extraordinary principles of STAR scholarship and STAR scholars more broadly. I'm going to make it brief so we can move to our colleague. But again, I would be remiss without telling you that for me, this is a really deep honor. Dr. Pelham, Dave, if I may, I know your work, Achieving the Dream, is extraordinary. I've referenced it, and it's just really exciting that you're going to be leading us in these efforts. Very briefly, I am at Rutgers University in the English department, as an affiliate member of the Spanish department, and deeply interested in internationalizing the curriculum and in globalizing efforts. And so I have consistently, over the past 20 years, worked in support of student engagement, student success, accessibility, all manner of DEI, IB efforts, and especially working with joining and with welcoming and acclimating the international student population to United States campuses. Again, most of my more recent experience has been at Rutgers University, but I was also at Columbia, spent 2 years in China, in Colombia, my own country, and have done extensive work in the Middle East, in Asia, particularly China, Thailand, and Vietnam. and of course in Latin America, which is my home base. And so for me, doing the work of creating spaces for our students, which to me are our future engaged scholars, but also the work of my colleagues who have often been, I think Sam put it beautifully, we have not even begun to tap into the potential that we can all do as a scholar network and just broadly around the world without really recognizing that we are, and this always must be, a simultaneously local and global effort. So any opportunities that I have to work across boundaries, across borders, across languages, across cultures is deeply important to me. And I want to end by saying I'm especially interested. My research interests are many around issues of internationalizing the curriculum, but I'm at heart an applied linguist who cares deeply about centering the voices of historically marginalized languages and cultures. And it was that brought me to work with someone like Sam, and again, to the bridge to being here today. And so to me, I see this as an extraordinary and a special dream. And I'm feeling very deeply honored to be here today and to have this opportunity. Thank you so very much. Muchas gracias, shukran, and all the other languages that are here represented. Thank you.
Thank you, Nela. That was wonderful to hear from you, and I'm glad that you are here with us. So I am going to give it to Ateeb. He is one of our directors of cross-border team as well. Ateeb, over to you.
Thank you, Merab. I'm really sorry I joined late. We had a technological apocalypse at home, but now everything is fine. My name is Ateeb Ahmed Parray. I'm based at the Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore, Maryland. I'm originally from the northernmost part of India. It's a beautiful place known as Kashmir, also in the news highlighted as one of the most conflicted regions in South Asia. Uh, I did my early education in Bangladesh and then worked at WHO, was based in Afghanistan as well for a couple of years. My main focus is humanitarian crisis, and right now I'm based at the Johns Hopkins University. I remember a couple of years back, 3 to 4 years back, when uh, I was exploring Star Scholars Network through Journal of International Students, and I uh, I don't have words to explain how beautifully and wonderfully I was welcomed into this organization. And since then, a lot of things happened, but I really want to hit this point. And now I see myself as a director of the same program which I once connected to. So a lot of things has happened, a lot of thanks to give, a lot of wonderful opportunities that we made. Some we didn't, some failed, but at the end of the day, we have been able to curate this organization that I'm very, very, very much fond of and consider the deepest core of my heart, and is very beloved to me. And I really want to take this time to thank every single person who has made this possible and who has been collectively joining efforts with us, collaborating, coordinating, and always making time into the meetings. So I really want to appreciate the fact that people do think that we are making impact, and we are. So welcome everyone, and I look forward to this new endeavor. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Ateeb. I guess I can introduce a bit about myself. I have talked a lot and I did not talk about what I exactly do. So I am one of the directors at the cross-border team as well. And we do have a lot of plans and visions for this year. But and I'm really looking forward to working with our country directors. Our country directors are amazing, and they're doing such a great job in their regions and trying to do partnerships and collaborations. But my research interest really lies in international students, internationalization, student support services, and teaching and learning. So I know it's really broad, but I really like those areas, and I've done a lot of work in those areas. So that's a bit about myself and a bit about my background. So I just want to say thank you to everyone for making the time to meet with us. I'm going to give it to our president, Dr. Gawi, and I just want to say thank you to Natalie again for joining us today and for again, for all the work and the leadership you have shown across the years, and for your guidance and support. And welcome, Dr. Pelham. Welcome, Nela. We are looking forward to work with you. Okay, over to you, Dr. Gali. Thank you.
Thank you, Merab. Yeah, we have 4 people in the Cross Borders Initiatives team now, 3 directors. Merab, Ateeb, and Nela, 3 directors, covering the globe like 3 satellites, and reporting to the Vice President of the Cross Borders Initiatives, Dr. Dave Pelham. Let's welcome everybody. Celebrate. And one more round of applause for Natalie for doing a great job. And she has a lot of documentation to begin with. She has shared, and she has been very graceful to provide any pointers for the team going forward. We will count on you for that, and we wish you all the best. Your work has been memorialized with a page on Star Scholars Network. She is forever a star, once a star, always a star. She's a member of Star family, and we're very proud. We'll be celebrating you, I think, in multiple events, including the virtual event. We have already committed to that. And as a president, I have this, I'm using my executive power to change the agenda. On agenda, we had this division of work, which I think I want to table, if it's okay. And we have about 18 minutes before the stop. And we have this amazing opportunity to hear a few words of wisdom from our advisors to the country directors team, the team, Cross Borders Initiatives team that we say. So I'm going to invite our advisors to share a few words because we have met for after a long time, I guess, and we don't get this opportunity all the time, even though we meet like every other week, sometimes every other hour. But I would like to definitely take this opportunity, and maybe I will start from the West. Dr. Valo, your blessings to the Cross Borders Initiatives team.
Well, I would say that blessings and continued good luck in what we do. I've been with Dr. Goli and the team for a while. I've learned a great deal from all of the participants who I had a chance to interact with. And we've come through some very, very interesting times, and they were kind of difficult in terms of getting started, in terms of launching conferences. Natalie was right there. In terms of recruiting what we would call the out-of-country leaders. But I think because of the leadership and the commitment to the vision and to the idea of internationalizing education, internationalizing the experience of our students, we've made a difference. However, there's a lot more to be done. And as each of the new leaders come on board, remember that you bring a different vision. You bring a different outlook. You bring different talents and skills that are needed to bridge and build the organization in a different kind of way. The organization will continue to evolve, and it will evolve based upon that new leadership, those new skills, that new energy, which will feed us and propel us into the 22nd century, when many of us may not be here. So I would say congratulations to all of you who are coming. Congratulations to those of you who are leaving. Remember that in any direction, we make a difference. And I am proud to be an advisor to the organization. Anything at any time that I can do to propel the organization forward, I'm here to be of service. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Valo, and thank you also for your generosity to start a scholarship in your name. That is the first of its kind in the Star Scholars Network. We have started establishing the legacy of our advisors. We look at you as our North Stars, providing guidelines and blessings because you bring so much to this organization. And thank you so much for being who you are. I will now invite Dr. Rosalind Raby for her remarks, and then I will invite Dr. Hammond. And if time permitted, I will ask if any of our leaders or country directors have anything urgent, any announcement. Oh, by the way, we have the presence of Professor Weidman. I will invite him to speak before I go to leaders. After Dr. Raby and Dr. Hammond, I will invite Dr. Weidman. He may invite you to serve in his committee because he has a huge undertaking as well. Now the microphone to Dr. Raby.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, how do I follow Ed? He's so eloquent and he captures the heart of what all of us are doing. But I do want to add one thing. The testimony of a strong, forward-thinking organization is that it enables new generations to come in, bring in their talents, bring in their voices, and reframe, but keeping at the core the goals of the original group. Natalie, you're amazing. Yeah, you know how much I admire you and all the work that you've been doing. And here is to the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Raby, for the words of wisdom. We hear you. Dr. Hammond.
Thank you, Tom. I didn't expect to talk today, but I welcome this opportunity. Looking at my screen, I think this is the beauty of this organization. If you are sitting around a table in the United States that there's any power attached to that table, it's usually a bunch of white men and a few white women, perhaps, who are there. But this screen shows people from all over the world, people of all ages, who are dedicated to a common goal. And it's just wonderful to see what happens here. I'd just like to add a little wrinkle. In the last 2 weeks, I just taught a course on Gulliver's Travels in the Ukraine, or via Zoom in the Ukraine. And it's the organization that hired me for nothing to do this, is trying to make people happier in the Ukraine while they undergo the terrors of this war. And teaching that class, I had people who were in the dark because they had to be protected from airstrikes. I had people whose children were living elsewhere in other countries so that they would be safer. It was a reminder of how important education is to so many people all over the world and how much work like the work of the Star Scholars is needed. And one of the ideas that I have after listening today is that a lot of these other organizations that are doing small work someplace in the world might be somehow linked as affiliates of the Star Network. Might be very useful and give the kind of credit that is necessary. Thank you very much, all of you, for the work that you do.
Thank you for the words of wisdom and vision. Round of applause for all of our advisors. I will invite Dr. Weidman. Welcome to the Star Scholars Network, Dr. Weidman. This is our global team. I will invite you to share your observations, and if you want to invite people to assist you where we are with the Global Education Award, just want to hear from you.
Thank you, Tom. I am pretending now to be in the Commons Room of the Cathedral of Learning at the University of Pittsburgh. Now, Tom has experienced this himself in the short time that he was a student. So I just wanted to make it feel as if I was actually in a university setting. Now that I'm retired, I don't get to Pittsburgh very much anymore. So I wanted to thank you for welcoming me. I'm looking forward to working on the Global Education for Peace Award. I can't imagine a time in the history that I've experienced that wasn't more timely than this one to address issues of peace and to have identify exemplary universities for this. We're just getting organized as far as the committee is concerned. I have a group of people who have about, looks like about a little under a dozen people, which is probably, that's a good number to get going. If any of you are interested in contributing or joining, I will, you're welcome to do that. My email address is on the email for this meeting. It's very simple. Just type it in here. It's just Weidman@pitt.edu. So, again, I look forward to working with you. I welcome ideas for emphases we can put on this particular inaugural offering of the award, ways to disseminate it, to recruit, to build up interest and do other things. So I look forward to this endeavor, and we'll enjoy working with you, I'm sure. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Weidman, for taking such a huge undertaking. I have no words to thank you for agreeing to do this in a very short notice. I think I had done some good work, probably, at the Cathedral of Learning. I am indebted forever. Thank you so much. And friends, you saw the email. If you want to be part of the Global Education Award, it is a globally competitive award recognizing the institutions of higher education for promoting peace. Institutions of higher education, we all educators have a role to play, and we are the force for peace. If you want to be directly get involved in this historic committee, email Dr. Weidman. Thank you very much. We have 7 minutes. Any announcements? Any remarks coming from anyone?
A quick question. Is it possible for someone to share the emails of all of the colleagues who are here today? We have this training program coming up. The deadline for application is February 12th. If I could send out the call for email or social media, and you could forward it to your network, I would really appreciate it. We are trying to increase the number of applicants from around the world.
Thank you, Dr. Sharma. Yeah, Dr. Sharma's training is a real life changer. The scholar, researcher will feel like a scholar researcher. You know, that is so important, right? They are not just chasing some matrices, numbers, or like what they say, what the bean counters do, but they feel like they can be the change.
Make a difference.
So that's why I have invited many people to nominate emerging colleagues or any colleague they know to attend this module-based learning opportunity. It's free of cost. I was actually saying that it should not be free. It is too good to be free. But Dr. Sharma was adamant, no, it has to be free. And it is free. You got that.
I think we should find a grant for it. I would not be surprised if we could find $1 million.
It is worth thousands of dollars. Just tell whoever you're nominating, ask them. When's the deadline, Sham?
February 12th. So I'd like to send that. Krishna, could you send the emails of the colleagues here today so I can send the material? I'll not take any more time.
Yeah, I think a lot of thoughtfulness has gone into that, and I know Dr. Hammond has been mentoring from SUNY. So this is a very important opportunity.
Thank you, Jane. And thank you, Nela. Thank you, Win.
5 more minutes. Yeah, our Vice President of Technology. I haven't forgotten you, but thank you for raising the hand. Take your opportunity.
No
Floor is
problem.
yours.
No, thank you. No, thank you, everyone. So, if you don't know me, my name is Thakur Giwali, and Vice President of Technology. I have an honor to work with many of you. What I want to bring on the table is the use of technology to connect and help people collaborate across the borders. And I have a vision of helping a lot of people, especially on the underprivileged communities from the developing world, to connect with the accomplished people through the platform, and which is like aligned to Star's vision. That's how I had the opportunity to meet with Dr. Goli, and then now working here. So one thing it's a very relevant topic in the world is the artificial intelligence. So I'm sure like all of you have been talking with your colleagues or like reading news about the artificial intelligence. And I've been giving a lot of talks in my work. So I work in a corporate world. There we talk about the security, ethics, responsibilities, and all the other things. And many of you have are the parents and the grandparents as well. So I think it will be helpful for us to understand what it is, where it is going, and then how we can, as a responsible leaders, can play a role to kind of understand it and then use it for the better of the society, so that it does not discriminate, and then it has the some kind of ethics built into it, whether it is as a teacher or as a parent or as a human being. I would love to have a session whenever it is. I will coordinate with Dr. Vista and the other folks, but I would love to have a session, just a general overview of what is the AI, what is the generative AI technology, where it is going, and how we can use this technology to the advantage, or how we can prevent anything bad happening in the world. I think that would be very valuable to the community. I thought of offering this through this meeting.
Thank you, VP Giwali. We have 1 minute, and I would like to invite Dr. Coleman. She is our Director of Outreach. Dr. Coleman, do you have anything to say?
Thank you, Dr. Gully. It's a pleasure to meet all of our country directors and to be present with you guys today. Fairly new to the team, but looking forward to just the organization. Great mission, great vision. So I'm looking forward to building partnerships and getting to know each of you individually as well. So
awesome. Welcome.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, she is extending, she is collaborating with multiple international organizations to be our partners. Thank you, Dr. Coleman. I would like to invite Dr. Osman from Turkey. He has been leading a great initiative in Turkey. We have 30 seconds, Osman, for you, and that is for the last. We'll wrap it up.
It's good enough. This is Osman Gültekin. I am country director at STAR for Turkey, and I'm an assistant professor in political science and international relations in Istanbul Aydın University. I'm also vice director for international relations. I would like to thank Natalie very much for having me on board in this fantastic group, and she gave me like a very great orientation for the group. So I'm here because, you know, with the help of Natalie. She was my first contact at Star Scholars. And I would like to also thank the president, Dr. Utam, for welcoming me, for the warm welcome in this group. And we already start to like some projects related to our region, like Eurasia. We are going to be participating in URI conference. And Turkey has, as a destination, has many potentials, like an opening gate to the region, to Middle East, Eurasia, North Africa. So I think we are going to be doing a lot for this region. So I'm very happy to be in this group. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Osman. So I invite you to email everyone about the information you are doing, okay? For the conference, Dr. Bista will be representing there. And we do have a hard stop here. You saw my background change. So I will be hosting a Morgan meeting of my university here, a very important university-wide committee. And I thank you so much, and I invite you to leave this meeting, actually. Thank you so much for your presence. We'll stay in touch. We'll follow up with everything, great things that you've been doing, the artificial intelligence and everything. Hats off. I keep forgetting things, but I'm in good hands.
Thank you, President
Thank
Gali
you,
and everyone.
everyone. Have a
Thank you.
great day. Have a great night.